My cat is getting rambunctious. Hey, what are you doing? Proof. Positive. Okay. What are we doing? This is the one. Talk to Titus about it. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. 2,200 hours.
Yes?
Uh-oh. Getting kiddied. How's it going? Who's this person standing back here? Well, I have some time to kill. Talk to Titus.
Still hanging around. What is it now?
So, I talked to Cassia about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change your mind.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. I'll fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough.
Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
Yes, yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I think this is personal for you. I think you had feelings for her.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
Excuse me, what? This is not what he said. The voice said, what, they're all queers? And this is, everyone's got feelings for each other? What are you going to do? Where are you going with this? Okay.
That's all right, Glenn. I just thought, I thought anyone would come around that heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now.
You stay with me, Tritus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts to say something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
At a godly 72%. I could still lose this. Oh, goodbye, cat. Roll it!
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
One of his boys will.
Just remember, it's about more than Clausia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility. Outside in the evening light, ruined and old, shadows lengthen on the pavement. A distant gunshot.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
All because... All because you're a foreigner.
Damn right. Don't come around if you're not from around.
Fuck you. I'm not from around. That's not why we...
There we go. Don't come to the Wild North if you are not white enough.
They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? Look at Kim first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
The room falls quiet, so quiet you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I was about to say, hold on. Is there someone standing on the other side of this window? Look at that. There's someone back there watching. No, it's just my flashlight. It's just my flashlight causing shadows. That was good, though.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Sorry I made you guys fight. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Chinky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs, the 8th Arty?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Tibbs. That's short for...
Short for Tiberius?
Yeah. Good man.
Bet their father's named Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
If Klaus didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the Moral Intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed the merc then? And any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyways? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The missing 8th Hardy. That's the other girl.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy boys. And that's it.
Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to. In a manner.
Remember the...
That's right.
The big guy, the blonde.
I'll say it again.
You're gonna stonewall me if I ask more about her, huh?
Glad you understand that.
Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
Still, after all this headache,
But you'd still prefer if we didn't take her away?
that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish,
Milk toast.
infantile, cliche and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I thought to me, Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed. Premature. Ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic. Listless. Savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
Recidivistic. What does he give me? -1 hand-eye coordination. Conceptualization passives heal and give experience. Okay. One thing I want to know. Holy God, that's hard to read. What about here? There we go. I'm looking for something about the Pale. Apricot chewing gum scented one. Wow. Jork. Hobocop. Inexplicable feminist agenda. Okay. Old fish market. The old fish market. Now, it's the boardwalk, right? It's over here.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now. Show me your hands. Right now.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Raise your hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear under threat! Fear under threat! Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground. Get on the goddamn ground!
Ma'am, we just want to talk with you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening. As long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect alert! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, all right?
Disturbance reported. Authorized heavy force. Sector, take the shot! Big red key! Big red key!
Big red key. That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
I'm glad that my eye-hand coordination was reduced from the art degree. I definitely am not in a good place. Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's a goddamn police shitbag. On the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs? She thinks she's a police officer. Try treating her like a police officer. A lower-ranking police officer.
Officer Pigs, W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, requesting your sidearm for inspection. Hold out your badge.
What?
Lower the gun, officer.
In this moment of hesitation, she almost doesn't seem disturbed, but like someone suddenly waking from a deep sleep.
It's okay, ma'am. Everything's gonna be all right.
Officer compromise. Unlawful impersonation. Pigs en route. Engage your will.
Okay, she's actually more agitated now. My bad.
Oops. Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragu from the 57th.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
We really are cops. Look, white rectangles.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector. Azimuth.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Doesn't look good. Let's deal with this later.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Excuse me? All right.
She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
No, I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail.
Sure, you're you, but how do we end this? She's not just gonna let you leave.
Gun, I'm coming.
Suicide back home. Split-second decision. Eat lead, scumbag.
Oh my god.
God, I almost blew her head off.
It's not loaded.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick up your gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
Oh, woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry. This is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
Why is she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8 and loneliness.
This is what happens when you listen to too many cop shows on the radio.
There's a bit more to this than that. But right now, we need to decide what to do with her. She's in a stupor. Honestly, I don't know. Could be. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what? She's in a stupor. Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8 and loneliness.
You're probably right, loneliness.
Yeah. Looks like a bad case. She's in a stupor. I've had disturbances similar to this before. Many causes. But never this bad. She's in a stupor. Honestly, I don't know.
I guess we'll never
Dementia,
know.
Probably not. But more pressing is the question of what to do with her right now.
Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Wait, I was really hoping I can give her one of those station call slips.
That would just be a waste of paper. I mean, look at her. She's not going to respond to a station slip.
That sounds like a man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we are done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Seems like a reflex, half-remembered sentence.
She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do.
Shake her shoulder.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
Maybe, probably. You know me.
It's your hat.
Leave her be. What's my hat do? Authority. Oh, yeah. I like this one, though. Okay. Check and check. Why are you looking over there, Harry?
It's you again. What is it?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kurong or something. bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everett's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig.
She had my gun.
You're fucking with me. Your gun. She had your fucking gun.
Sure did, boss. Heard him loud and clear. The pig's lost his gun to the pigs.
Well, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions.
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante. We always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne LaPlante.
Anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How did she get like this?
Yet wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Someone who wanted to set the world right before it ends? Ever think of that?
No, I didn't. Because I'm not fucking stupid, Polizonte.
Yeah, Carl. That's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. The pigs level weird. But whatever gets you through the day.
Where'd she get all of her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Thanks for helping.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right, sitting across. He spent and then...
We already did this.
In the far corner. Standard working boot. Size in the mid. In conclusion, exactly.
The fuck is with you, fella?
Ah. We continue. Late night for you, Kim. Usually in bed hours ago. It's raining, you know.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. Were you expecting this?
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our
Volition is on this.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
It's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
The RCM isn't the lapdog of the moral intern. You don't have to worry.
You
Oh.
share a database with them.
What's RCM's involvement?
You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Fucked. People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't Orionese lit. Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
You said you studied Orionese lit. What is with this fugitive stuff?
I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it. After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene.
What'd you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Orania.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Papalolo?
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me.
I'm sure there are people who would have done much worse than that. Wait. That's a lot of shit you got yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I don't either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
Around her, a drop in the atmospheric pressure. Not long from now, it will get dark, and the air will start moving faster, circling the box she stands on. She's already in prison here for what happened, and she's prepared to never leave, even after his death.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
A cigarette, miss.
Oh.
Sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you
It's
in
like
your
right
room?
now.
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
This doesn't fit with the testimony of Titus Hardy. He said she was higher than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What'd you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Before we continue, who's Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
Did you party with Ruby too?
No.
Still, there is something there. She won't tell you now.
Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. that we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
It probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
When was the window changed? Point to it.
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene.
In her bedroom?
Right
inside?
Yes. You see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you and then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
In God's name, wake up!
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming.
By 1 point?
Details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. You've been breached, bulwark. You've been breached like 1,000 times now. So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example.
I remember doubting she made the call she said she'd made to the police.
There iseth no doubt. The lady could not bear the sight of her lover splayed and disfigured. A horrible story. Try not to sweat so profusely in her presence, too. You blow your chances. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Let's return to this later. Really want to get into that door there.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
We can do something about this. Where's our visual calculus? I think it's glasses, maybe. We don't have any minuses to it, do we? I'm still wearing this stupid shirt. There we go. Okay. Visual calculus.
This window is pristine on the inside. Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. A two-hearted spider.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belma-grave rifle, for example.
Yeah.
This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been a further point of origin? Further away?
28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at B, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
B double prime Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No. Too far-fetched.
Have a look at B triple prime, the islet.
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea. as you saw in the coin-operated view. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, Land's End, B triple prime, the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
That door.
2 neon-lit shapes. The same small, heavy door. No lock.
Yes?
Are you going to sleep, Kim? Or do you have to come back with me?
Hey, was there something you need?
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Do you go to bed, Kim? Everyone's gone. Except for Measurehead. Okay.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad. And Revachol West, too, it appears.
Hey, Kim, check this out.
A Stash Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue. The colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white. The colors of the Stars Ryko.
Let me guess what happened last time, Kim. Blue and white are the colors of Zminsk. Someone painted it, got Zminsk rad, and boom, murder happened.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Zhimsk community protested the trial, flying the colors. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Who are the Zminsk community?
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
What'd they sentence the killers to?
4 years for murder in reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
The prisons in the greater Revachol industrial harbor are already full. Prisons are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Kim, could our hanged man have been the driver of this car?
Could it be another Stajrajko murder? Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle our dead guy would drive. So my initial guess is the two are not related.
Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job.
Yes, detective?
I think it looks better brown and black.
Okay. I'm not going to honor kill anyone over this. But I've seen it blue and white. It's much better that way.
The woman still has her eyes fit. Nothing. No response.
Kim. How do I get rid of you?
It's getting late, and it's raining. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
End of the shack. I mean, I'm not ready to go to bed. Be right back. Okay. Let's see. Picked up the controller. I'm not playing the game with the controller right now. Let's think about this. The victim's tattoos. This is important. Flat 12.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
The mother of humanism stands up.
Yes, what is it?
The Pale Unknown.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer. Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
Physical instrument. Let's do this. Is it just this thing?
Good morning, comrade! Yeah!
No, that would be silly.
Are you kidding me?
Good morning, comrade!
Even dancing to this beat before, you knew it in your lungs where the pressure wasn't bursting, and in your heart that was alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should have landed. So does every caudate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
And a melody. A good melody is what would make a song really stick, so that you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know, I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
Alright, let's see if I can come up with something on my own. A citizen investigation.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Rue de Saint-Gislain, I've been there.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is!
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that! I could have said that!
And the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
It feels cold.
Maybe you should dance again, huh? That would be mega! It was mega the way you did that!
Shake it off.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Give him the Door Gunner Mega Mix.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Press play.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press your ear against the speaker.
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Can I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
What?
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand.
Move the tape.
Immediately, the boombox tunes itself back to the Friday night beats, vibrating on your shoulder.
Okay.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. Every page as A is for azimuth, B is for Boreas, C is for cosine, D is for diamite, E is for ellipse, F is for phlogiston, G is for gamut, H is for homeboy, I is for econ, J is for Eura, K is for collapse, L is for laudanum, M is for myriad, N is for nadir, O is for aureole, P is for perihelion,
Yeah.
Q is for quasar, R is for rhododendron, S is for sinus, T is for tricolor, U is for ultra, V is for vector, W is for Wahrheit, X is for xylophone, Y is for Ustava, Z is for zenith.
That's it?
That's it. You know the alphabet now.
Wow. In what is called the IL, the international language, developed by scientists from Grad in the 20s, sinus means sign, for example. Okay. Let's rethink this over. Flat 12.
There's nothing else to do with the traps at this.
That is stairs. Stairs from somewheres.
You see, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
The wind whispers and whispers.
This is like your serious night cop routine.
There's nothing else to... A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall.
Oh no, I already did this.
7 shades, a cold...
Tequila sunset.
Don't call. Don't call her.
Hey, wake up.
There's no waking him.
Tequila.
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spy. Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed. Aye, that's what I said. Good, my man.
Just walking around at night with a flashlight. Trying to solve crimes. I mean, you never know. Something might change.
Officer, the flashlight, please. Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here? Greetings on this fine night.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon, what's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it me or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Afterwards, some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that fell immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
What is a particle decay generator?
A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. An early death. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best.
What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thanks for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Can you share your parallel around with me?
You said you done it before, yeah?
It's almost like he's worried for you.
I think I tried it once and liked it.
Here you go, man.
Not so sure about this.
Wait, why shouldn't I be sure?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop. Not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking and waiting to whirl. All but one. Yours. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and tables.
700.
You see rows of toy soldiers.
Musty smell of potato cellar and spring emanates from the air vent. Book. The 16 Days of Coldest April. What? Might be in for a bit of light reading.
A plaster cast, honestly. He does kind of look like you after all. A poor communard, a warm feeling. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno de Reuter.
Not lately.
No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1 shaped shadow and a marker drawn 2. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal.
Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Let's get the old flashy light out. Quick save. Break down some doors.
This is not something you should be attempting to do with your bare hands.
Excuse me? Do I gotta double duty it? I can. Fine. You've pushed me to no choice. Oh, wait. Bolt cutters.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Secured to snip, the cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. You can just go in now. A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet. Some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest. Something underneath there is breathing. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out. Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it. It's deep, in suffering somehow. You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Talk to me, are you even alive?
A lump of flesh is sticking out from under the blanket. It seems to be twitching from time to time, like the paw of an animal who's having a bad dream. And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are poking out of a hole. Maxtor is a gas company. He's wearing free socks from a gas company. They probably came with the bills. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep. The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pig, he says. He's trying to call you a pig.
What did you just say?
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
Are you really Kuno's father?
The light from the window is weak, but it seems like he is. His wild, unwashed mane bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. Don't forget his face, the bloated and reddened cheeks, the bulbous nose. This would be Kuno after 30 years of alcohol and substance abuse.
I was expecting something scarier.
No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Fucking Kev.
Do you need help?
The pile of blankets grunts. It's hard to say if there's anything left you could do. A change in the socio-economic circumstances wouldn't hurt.
I thought I was going to have to bust into one of these rooms up here.
This door is made of metal and appears to be no one answers.
This is Late Night Harry. Coming to you live from breaking into people's rooms. Save the game.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Time to establish contact. Hey, sister, let's talk politics for a minute.
And what do you know about politics?
Looking for some comrades to help me fire up the great sausage grinder.
Well, well. Sounds like quite the snout you've got there.
Your olfactory department wants you to know that it accepts no responsibility for wherever this line of interrogation leads you.
Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk the ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban.
Who's Steban?
A right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
You know where to find him?
I might.
Will you tell me?
No.
Come on, Cindy, from one communist to another, help me out.
Oh, fine. I'll help. But first, I want something from you.
What's that?
A wicked grin extends across her face. A laughing skull. Death hilarious. This is gonna be bad.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
Come on, there's no way to treat your revolutionary brother.
Wrong! This is exactly how I treat my little brother.
Oink,
There,
oink.
that wasn't so bad, was it? Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Steban. It's touching. Sort of. Steban's group meets only at night. In an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight. Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them.
What else can you tell me about Steban?
Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself.
Why do I feel like there's a catch?
Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
Do you know the passphrase?
Sure, I do. Steban trusts me.
But you're not going to tell me, are you?
Why would I? That would be so boring. Now, let's see if you're half as dedicated a communist as you say you are. That's enough. Off with you then.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
Gosh darn it. Should have started with that one.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to...
You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, the idea's going to blow her fucking mind.
I'm going to create a highly detailed skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 1,000,000 years ago. 100,000,000 years ago.
She squints her eyes.
I'm going to paint it red and use heavy fuel oil, and then I'm going to light it on fire.
On fire.
It's a phoenix, get it? What do you say?
I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
I thought you'd like my idea.
I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood.
Damn, it was too strong. But art. But Cindy. But art! Cindy is... But Cindy. Art is bigger than either of us.
Then get your brush from fucking art.
Oops. My apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try a different approach.
Sorry for invading your personal space like this. I'm gonna take that paintbrush from you, kiddo.
And I need an aircraft carrier. So what?
Cindy, I'm gonna stand here till you hand over that paintbrush.
Have you got any kids? Because you sound like the world's saddest dad right now. But fine, take the brush. I'm all out of fuel oil anyway.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil. Time to get to proper work, artiste.
Alright. Now let's try this again.
Hello again, officer. And what do you know about politics? Well.
You're all fat.
Sure. A right communist. I might know.
Just tell me what you want me to do.
A wicked grin, a laughing skull.
Oink for me, pig. Wow. That was easier than I expected.
A cool, damp feeling ripples through you. You realize you needn't have rolled over quite so easily.
Sounds like you're real. Stabans, poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them. Just that he's a real communist. Oh, see, sure, why now? That's enough. Off with, and what do you?
The girl erupts in a cat.
Oh, that's very nice. The little piggy wants to make sausages. Out of what? His little piggy friends? So, the little pig, sure. A right, I might know. Keep your money.
Don't look so deflated. Whatever she asks, a wicked grin, a laughing skull.
Oink for me, piggy. Be a good wrong. Well.
Yes, somehow.
Sounds like Staban's group poke your snout around sometime. Hold on. You didn't think it would be that easy, did you? See, Staban's a bit on the power. Why now? That's enough. Off with you then.
Save. This is her room, okay.
As you approach the metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion. This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez. Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected. Something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid smell of failure. No, that's just slightly burnt coffee. A smell you would recognize anywhere.
Just look at this pig, sniffing about after hours.
Why don't you see the secret door is right behind you?
Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes.
The metal grill is cool to the touch.
Try to listen.
You can make out at least 2 separate voices. 2 voices, both male, approximately early 20s.
Careful with those now. I have it. It's going to work. I can feel it.
Bang on the grill.
The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
That's right, it is I, Maurice.
I'm crawling back already. Get out of here, traitor.
I'm actually not Maurice. I'm trying to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
What's the passphrase?
We await the Silent Mole Empire.
He says something about moles. Perhaps he's just a night-wandering lunatic.
Disco Supernova.
No, he's not. We don't do ironic passphrases here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you locked out of your radio computer or something? No. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen to the sausage grinders.
Did he say something about sausages?
Can I get a hint?
Not a chance. We can't afford to compromise on our operation.
Look at that! The pig's trying to break in without the passphrase. Tisk tisk.
The metal grill is cool to the touch. The long stretches of canvas billow like sails in the night breeze. You hear the voice.
He came back? Not a chance.
Look at that!
The metal grill.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Okay. Cat's trying to get into stuff. What kind of conceptualization tools do I have here? Might be it.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slept.
There's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it up?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
Don't I have magnesium?
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
What shadows lie there beneath the bright gleam?
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Okay. Kind of want to try different stuff, but let's see. What if I load the quick save and try it again?
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver.
What shadows lie there beneath the bright gleam?
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city. The door is closed. You hear some...
Trying to sneak up on me.
Alright, I got two different things. Saving it. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Do the things like comment, subscribe, down below, up above, either side. That's it.